Welcome to Overwatch, and welcome to a new idea that was sort of given to me by some of my members of the community. If I don't have a clear idea for a video for the week, I'm just going to put out a video that's basically rounding up the week's news. So for this week, we're going to be talking about the Heroes of the Storm Nexus challenge stuff and the skin with that, and some of the console player controversy with it as well. And also, we're going to be talking about the fact that we're going to be getting 3 new maps. So those are sort of the 2 big news items of the week regarding Overwatch, as well as Diva mains are still apparently angry about something. Yeah, that just seems to be a constant ongoing thing. If you follow Overstalk or, you know, just any Overwatch developer tracker, Diva mains apparently never happy. Also enjoy some of the footage in the background. It's me playing Mystery Heroes, trying to get some sweet loot boxes before the event runs out, and there's some stupidity and some... Like, if you ever want to get really angry at a video game, try and play Mystery Heroes about 15 times in a row, and just, for some reason, the rage builds to intense levels, very intense levels. So first things first, let's talk about the Nexus challenge. It's basically the same thing that it was before, but with a couple of changes. So this time you can only, there's like 4 weeks to it, 4-week components to it. And on the first week, the first quest unlocks. On the second week, the second quest unlocks. On the third week, the third quest unlocks, so on, so on, so on, so on, so on. And you basically have to complete the first quest, and then the second quest, and then the third quest. Now, what does that actually mean? A very good question. Well, in the first quest you can play like 5 games. You can also play 5 games of co-op versus AI, and you'll get the Oni Genji skin. I think you get a spray as well, and maybe a flag or something, I don't know, and an icon. That's what you get. So you get those bits and pieces. But then on the second week you have to play against people, and you have to play 5 games in, I think, like, it's called unranked, quick play, or ranked, I think, and you have to play 5 games with a friend, and all of these with a friend, and then you'll get the Officer Diva skin, which is a really cool looking skin. I like the chunky looking mech. I really like how Diva looks with the little hat. She looks really cute. She really wears those suit trousers very well, and she is, yeah, it looks pretty cool. Like, I kind of want that skin, so I'm probably going to do the Nexus challenge. But for me, playing Heroes of the Storm isn't a huge chore. Now, this also elicited some controversy because, well, console players don't have access to Heroes of the Storm necessarily. So if you have a PS4, you don't necessarily have a PC that can play Heroes of the Storm. And so if you want to get these skins, you have to find a PC, and then you have to find people to play with, and then so on, so on, so on, so on. So there's like extra hurdles for these people to jump through. Now, I can sort of sit in my privileged position of saying, well, I have a high-end PC, so of course I can play Heroes of the Storm, but I'm not going to do that. What I am going to say is that for me, skins are never really a huge deal. Like, I can live without getting a certain skin, but if you really like playing Diva or you really like playing Genji, you probably want one of these skins. Like, I really like the Oni Genji skin. I wear it on Ohm, for example, and so I quite like having that skin. And so if you're a console player, I imagine you're kind of frustrated that you have to find a way around it. Now, Jeff did answer this in a forum post, saying that we completely understand that there are, well, let me first of all do my Jeff impression. Hey everyone, my name's Jeff from the Overwatch team, and we're super excited to I don't know, calm your fears about skin neglect and not getting it on console. So we completely understand that some players who do not own or have access to a PC to play Heroes of the Storm. Because of this, we're super excited here at the Overwatch team to announce that we plan to add both Oni Genji and Officer Diva to the normal base Overwatch loot box at some point in the future. So basically, yeah, it's going to be put into normal rotation. You're going to be able to buy them probably at some point in the relatively near future, I imagine. They're not going to hold it off for that long. This is just sort of their way of doing. Blizzard are really good at doing this. If you watch how Blizzard sort of operate, they're really good at doing the cross-promotional stuff between all their brands, and so this is their way of sort of relaunching Heroes of the Storm. Let's pull some people into Heroes of the Storm that might not have played it. I've played it a little bit. I don't mind it. It's a kind of a fun time killer MOBA. Like, you don't have to put too much time or brain power into it. It's got its frustrations, but it's also got its fun to it, so I don't mind that much. Other than that, it's just one of those situations where it's a little bit unfortunate. I mean, it's an intentional tie-in for the PC Heroes of the Storm potential playing community, where they're trying to bring in more players to Heroes of the Storm, and yeah, it's a little bit of a sad side effect. It's nice that they did the that they will be putting it into normal loot box rotation at some point though, which is kind of cool. They also did a really little cool cinematic. I really like that cinematic with Genji and Diva fighting Diablo. I thought that looked really good. Like, that was really high quality for a little 2-minute teaser trailer, basically. Like, holy shit, guys, wow. Anyway. The other sort of semi-big thing, I guess, is that Jeff posted that they have 3 maps in development and they're all passing initial playtesting. Wait, I've got to do We're really excited to announce to you guys that we have 3 maps in development. They're all really exciting, they're really awesome, they're made by our incredible team here at the Overwatch team, and they're all past the initial playtesting phase, and they're standard maps for quick play and competitive. And while something could always change, all 3 of those are looking likely for a release this year. So yeah, we're going to probably be getting 3 maps for like the rest of the year, so I imagine one of them is going to have to be pretty soon, because you know, we're trucking on with the year. We're about a third through it now, almost more than a third, because we're almost hitting the 5th month, and there are 12 oftentimes in a year. So yeah, that's kind of cool, and I think 3 maps a year, it's fair enough. Like, what I would like to see is them going back and retooling some of the old maps, so similar to how they've gone back and retooled some of the older heroes, like, well, heroes that haven't really worked so well, like Symmetra has been retooled a little bit, Lucio's been retooled a bit. I wouldn't mind going and seeing them do something similar to some of the old maps, or some of the maps that are less popular. You know, people still don't like playing on Hanamura or Temple of Anubis or all this stuff. They don't like TCP that much. I don't mind Temple of Anubis, I think Hanamura is blur, I think False Sky is blur, and I wouldn't mind seeing them try and shore that up a little bit. I wouldn't mind seeing them try and, you know, just make subtle changes, stuff like Hollywood, get rid of the moving platforms, get rid of the lifts, instead put in the jump pads. Like, that would be really cool. That would be a really nice change to Hollywood that will make the map infinitely less frustrating when you're trying to escape from someone and the lift isn't there, or you're trying to set up for second point defense and the lift isn't there, and then you can't get on high ground, and then you lose control of the map because the lift wasn't in position. It's really frustrating, so it would be nice to see that change, and I would really like to see that. Thank you. Please, 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 please. Other than that, not too much else really happened over the last week. Genji might see a slight buff, although that was sort of over a week ago, but it's a very minor tweak to increase his swings, so he might get 7 instead of 6. That would be nice. Not anything really groundbreaking, I suppose, although it is a moderately significant change, because the more swings Genji can do with his Dragon Blade, the better, and the stronger that an already strong ultimate is, so hey, wouldn't that be kind of cool? Other than that, not really too much else to talk about. You can see Sorry there trying to level in the background. I'm sure I've managed to do something witty with it. Let me talk about that format, actually. Let me, like, finish out the video by talking about that format, because I heard the feedback on the previous video that I put out that I'm really happy that a lot of people enjoyed it, a lot of people liked the humor. The videos are probably going to be a lot like that, so I'm going to take the time, I'm going to edit them up properly, just make them funny, I guess, in the background, and yes, it does distract from what I'm saying, but honestly, if you really want to watch, like, if you really want to see everything that's being said on the video in terms of words, like on the screen, pause it, because they're intentionally meant to be like snapshots. They're meant to be quick, snappy, stupid, and funny. And if you want to focus on what's going on in the background, then just put it to one side, don't bother watching the screen, and listen to what I'm saying, and enjoy the dulcet sounds of my lovely, clear and eloquent voice, clearly. Jesus. Otherwise, guys, thank you for watching to the end. My name has been Josh, as one voice amongst many, and I hope to, well, give you some good news soon, actually, really soon. I should be able to talk about something pretty big coming up that will probably be in a video pretty much the day after this one, maybe 2 days after this one, depends on when that news breaks, but that should be pretty cool. Otherwise, yeah, thank you guys for watching to the end. Come by and watch me on the stream as well, whenever you get a chance. The details are, I'm sure, in the description below. Toodles.